We are.
We are live.
We might.
Boom.
I had, and I don't. I don't think. Don't take offense. I don't think it's just because you were joining, but we've had a few people saying, "Oh, I'm out," or I'll watch it
No one
later,"
wants
or
to
whatever.
watch
So,
it. Yeah.
yeah,
Mate,
if yeah,
two ball voices is maybe one too
too
many.
much,
Or,
too
or
much.
two too many.
Yeah. So anyone who was expecting, but the thumbnail made it clear it was me and you. But anyone who was expecting Ben, I'm afraid he's mooching it at some wedding or something. So we got the next. We got the
Mate,
next thing. Uh,
I don't know
yeah.
if I'll ever forgive him, to be honest. But yeah,
No,
we'll
no,
see.
but
We'll see.
but much appreciation for stepping in, Greg. Over in Laos, for those that don't know, late at night there for you, isn't it? Almost midnight.
It is pretty late, and like I say, I was trying to stay sober for it, like really trying to stay sober, but it's difficult in Laos because all they do is get drunk. Though all there is to do is get drunk. And I did try hard. I came back to the hotel at like 9 p.m., which was like 3 hours ago, and the plan was just to go to my room and chill out for a bit. And
Yeah,
I met some like this Thai guy downstairs, he's an absolute legend. He he pretty much forced me to go out and have a few beers, like so.
that's
So
all
I've just
right.
got back and I am a little bit battered, so I apologise to all the viewers for that. But you
Well,
know,
you say
like,
all the viewers. I don't think. Yeah, you might be all right. You might be all right. But I'm sure that those that those that aren't here will be tuning in retrospectively.
yeah,
So
but all the ones who watch on catch up as well, there's got to be like
I can see,
it's
I
in
can see, I can see three people. So
three
whoever is
people.
here,
There you go,
yeah, whoever is here, drop us
like,
a comment. And let us know. Um,
yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
fine.
but yeah, but
Mate, what are we supposed to be talking about again?
yeah, we are. We are actually here for fantasy. That's generally the idea. It's
Oh,
to talk
fantasy.
about
Okay,
fantasy.
yeah,
Yeah,
cool. Okay,
generally the
right.
idea. And with that in mind, let me pull my screen up. I'm probably we're not bearing in mind you're doing it on a mobile, so we're probably not going to be able to look at your team for this week. But let's have a look at
Yeah, I could
last
pretty
week.
much, I could tell you it, but yeah, let's have
Yeah,
a look then.
let's have a
What
look at
we got?
your. I'm looking at. Oh shit! Sorry. Let me find your team. Let me scroll down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I only made one transfer, I
Oh, you had a
think, so
mate. You had a
it'll be
fucking
pretty
good
easy
week though.
to.
75. That I know you.
Nah, 57. Oh, that's not me, mate, unfortunately.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I thought
Who got
that was
75?
Josh.
Bloody hell, like.
That was Josh Avani. Yeah,
Joshua
yeah.
Varney, like, yeah,
A hell of a score.
a good player.
You're
A good player.
57, close to me. I got 59. So did you
With
wildcard that
Gusto on
week?
the bench, by the way, and Areola. So yeah, I was a bit. I could have done a bit better there, but I was quite
Yeah,
happy with it anyway, and quite happy with the team going forward anyway.
Paz is
Like
there. Yes, sir.
although see, I've kept Watkins and Diaby, and they've got Liverpool away, so it's not an easy game. But I'm quite happy with the team.
Yeah, we both had Gusto on the bench, man. That would have been a bit of a game changer. The thing is now, I don't know what because he was
Tom,
yeah.
sorry to interrupt you, but Paj just messaged, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I pulled it up. I pulled it up.
Paj is always up there, isn't he? He's always up there.
Yeah, he is, to be fair. He's solid.
He is.
Very
I
solid.
don't even know the guy, you know what I mean? But he does my head in. Like he's always up
Yeah.
there.
He was a Fosway. Yeah,
Is
go
he
all
a
the way back.
Fosway? Get
Yeah, yeah,
out. Is he
yeah,
Fosway? Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
sound Paj, like, I'm coming for you again this season, mate. Like I've had a slow start, but I'm coming for you, mate.
um, yeah, yeah, Gusto was the one. I mean, I just checked, so he was about
Mm.
4% selected last week. He's gone up to 11.6% now. So we sort of
Yeah,
still good to have him, but we sort of missed a bit of a trick there because he would have been big differential.
well,
But
sure.
I just wasn't. It was a bit of uncertainty whether he was whether he was nailed on or like they lost to West Ham the week before. I didn't know if he was going to be like dropped or what. But then I was watching it and fucking hell, yeah, like 2 assists, clean sheet. Yeah, he was class.
Mate, the problem for me at the moment is I haven't actually watched any games, and I can't watch match of the day. So
yeah,
I mean,
might
we've
restrict
got our
it.
WhatsApp group, and literally all I've got to go on is like you going, oh, DRB looks amazing, so I'm like, I put DRB in, like that's all I've got to go on. And
have you not? Do they show the games in time? I suppose they're on a bit of an awkward time.
No, I think they do, but exactly like awkward times, and I can't watch like match of the day because I don't have like BBC or whatever, and so it's hard to.
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't see the highlights of all the games, so you don't know who's playing well or not. So
because Sky now here or BT, whichever game is Sky show, like they put the highlights on YouTube, but they're probably restricted. You probably can't even watch those. But yeah, I mean, if you're not watching, it's not.
It's tricky. Literally, all I've got to go on is like the other day you messaged like on a WhatsApp group that we're on. You messaged like how I think it was DRB and Madison like didn't really score any points, but were like but played really well in the game, So like that's pretty much all I had to go on, and I went for it, and DRB got 12 points last game, and Madison as well got 10. So that's pretty much that's
It was the week
but
before.
other times it doesn't work out because I said I had Gusto on the bench, and I literally said on that WhatsApp group, I was like, "Oh, shall I bring Gusto on for someone?" None of you replied. So like, I left him on the bench.
I had him on.
So cheers for that, Tom. Yeah, cheers for that.
Man, I had him on the bench as well. So that my advice probably would have been to keep him on the bench. So I wouldn't. I'm not. I'm not taking any blame for that. To be fair, on the pod last week with Ben, like the deadline was close, and I was like, I really should. I should play Gusto, shouldn't I? And I was like, if I'm gonna put him in, it would be for Wan-Bissaka. And then I didn't. Yeah. And Wan-Bissaka got booked, and they conceded 2 in the first 4 minutes. Wan-Bissaka got 0, nothing, and Gusto got 14. So, that's the way she crumbles.
Well, you've only got yourself to blame, haven't you?
You have. You have.
No, like at the moment, like United players, I just see I've wildcarded already because I had Rashford and Fernandes. And like Shaw or maybe Martinez, which obviously they got injured, but again, I haven't seen any games, but just from what I hear, they're playing so badly. Like, I got them out pretty quick. Like, mate, the wild card for me is just a panic button, and I'm never gonna keep it for very long. Do you know what I mean? Like fucking panic straight away.
Yeah,
and I panicked, but
the thing is, I think the wildcard doing
I had like 3 United players, and they're apparently playing rubbish. I haven't really seen them, but
United have been pretty shocking. Obviously, Bruno did end up with a good tally last week, but they have been pretty shit. I think wildcard doing the wildcard early is all right the first time. It's the second one that you want to save for a bit if you can.
Sorry, you still get 2 wildcards this season?
You get one more, you get another one in Jan. So last year it was 3 because there was another. There was an extra one in the World Cup.
Oh, I see. Okay,
yeah. So you still get another one.
So you have to forgive me, Tom, because I'm still a novice at fantasy.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I did come second last season, already in the money league. But just to reiterate, I am a novice.
yeah. I mean, these experience. I mean, I got 59, so very similar to you. We've actually got quite similar teams, except I got Saka instead of Martinelli. Gusto on the bench, but we got pretty similar teams. Nketiah sounds like Jesus is coming back soon, so that's a bit dodge. And then Salah, they're still on about him potentially going to Saudi Arabia on today's deadline day.
I saw that today. Yeah,
I can't see it. I'd be very surprised if that happens.
Well, you can't see it, but like the amount they're offering, you'd kind of be mad not to take it in a way.
Yeah, he is. He's 31, like, so yeah.
Exactly, 150 million quid. Like, I think you know, it's getting to the point where you'd be a bit mad not to take it, maybe. So
yeah, it's just so late in the day. You'd think if they were going to do that, like, why didn't they? You'd do it. They should have done it earlier, so that Liverpool had some time to like get a replacement or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like they've left it so late that I just can't see Liverpool doing it. Even though you're right, for that money, kind of seems a bit mad not to.
No, true. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's down to the owner, isn't it? I mean, if they think, you know, how much is it down to the owner? Like, they think, you know, they're going to make 150 mil off it. Like, it's my club. Like, I'll take the money, you know, like.
Yeah.
So the manager and stuff.
Yeah. It depends a bit, doesn't it, on how much. Yeah, I mean, different clubs have different. The managers have power.
Tom Ball.
Yeah.
Mate, can I take a 1 minute break?
Yeah, go for it.
Being drunk as I am, like, wait 1 minute, I'll be back. I'll be back.
Break. All right. I mean, just looking at this a sec. So, in fact, I mean, seeing as Greg's not here, let's come on to my team for this week. I've only made one change, and that was Sterling. I did it straight away. So Sterling's come in actually for Diaby. That was before Diaby got 12 points, but I didn't really want Diaz, Salah, and Diaby all in the same Liverpool v Villa game. So and Sterling's gone up 0.2 since I put him in. So that was partly it. It was obvious he was going to jump up in price after what happened last week. 19 points. I mean, I wonder when the last time was that he got 19 points. But yeah, the other big problem for me is having Steele in goal. Obviously, he did start the first couple of games, but he didn't start the last one. So yeah, that's a bit of a concern. No, that's fine. So this is my team for this week. The only change I made is Sterling and actually in for Diaby.
What? You took Diaby out?
Yeah.
Are you mad?
Temporarily, I think it's temporarily. It's only because I had Diaz, Salah, and Diaby all playing in the Villa Liverpool game, and Sterling. Obviously, they got Forest at home, so I knew Sterling was going to go up in price as well. So I did it. Like, to be fair, I did it before Diaby even played. I did it because Chelsea played Friday night. So yeah,
mate. The thing is, like, I swear. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but I think, you know, Villa have got a tough game, obviously, this game week. But after that, they've got a pretty good run. So I've got Diaby and Watkins. Look, mate, you took the piss out of me for having Watkins the other day, for captaining him.
Oh, right, no.
But then he banged in a hat-trick in Europe, innit? Like, the game after. So, I mean...
Oh, is it? I don't think I took
it. Didn't work out for me quite, like...
It was unlucky. It was a bit out there. It was out there. That's what I was saying.
It was taking a risk, mate. Taking a risk, but yeah, like, obviously it's a bit of a tough game for them this time around. But like,
Patterson transferred instead.
Like, you know, like, Liverpool are a bit leaky at the back, aren't they? You know, like a
well, they are
a Laotian bar, you know, like a bit leaky at the back, and like, yeah, man. Like, I'll keep them anyway, you know, because I think after that they've got quite a nice run. So
yeah,
I'm sure that Watkins will start firing, and Diaby, you know, if you say, like, he's as influential as you say that he is in games,
yeah.
Like, they're a good team and they've got a good run coming up. I think, you know, I'm quite happy having them in. And even though this week's a tough game, I'm pretty sure like they'll, Watkins will start firing, and
I think I will bring him back. I think I don't want to stick with Diaz and Salah for too much longer, having both of them. So I think
Tom,
Diaz
is Salah really worth it? Like worth his price tag? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I mean, I suppose I've managed to get him, and the thing is, I've got him and Haaland, and there's still quite a strong team overall. So I think there's no harm in me having him. But I do see what you mean. I mean, like, the thing is, if you look at his history of FPL, like you look at that man, the last 6 seasons, he's got over 200 comfortably every year, over a 300. So
yeah,
you think over the course of the season, like, he scored minimum 19 goals in the last 6 years. So I think it is still worth having him. But at the moment, I mean, he hasn't blanked yet, but he hasn't had a big score yet either. 5-5-5.
Yeah. And how are Liverpool playing? See, because this is the problem, is that I haven't seen really any games. Like, are they playing well? Are they dominating?
Well, that last game, obviously, I mean, they were down to 10 men for most of it, and then, I mean, I find it a bit mad that Darwin Núñez hasn't been starting, but obviously he came on, and the highlights from that game are pretty mad because he came on off the bench, so with 10 men losing away to Newcastle, and then he scored 2 good goals towards the end, and they won, which obviously a big result. That might sort of kickstart their season. Bournemouth at home, I can't really remember. I think that they've been pretty decent going forwards, but dodge at the back. I mean, still no clean sheets. I mean, I'm glad that I didn't go for Trent because Trent's done nothing so far, and he's so expensive.
Rise, bum boy.
But
I mean, he's classed as a defender, so that's what it comes down to. I mean, if they're conceding goals, it doesn't matter how good you are. Like, really, if he's classed as a defender, I mean, with Salah or with Trent, like you say, okay, if you look at Salah's history and he's got like loads of points, but it's not going to happen forever. And like,
no,
mate, you're talking to the guy who came second in the Money League last season. Don't forget. No, but like, like maybe you have to take a risk sometimes and take a punt.
Yeah.
And like maybe this time around with the amount of midfielders that are available, for a pretty good price. You look at Maddison, for example, or like he's going to play every single game.
Yeah,
he's taken every free kick and whatnot. He's basically the center of the team. And there's there's a lot of players like that. So, but if you have a Salah, then it means that maybe you can't afford that many Maddisons in your team. Do you see what I mean? And this could be the season where maybe Salah doesn't hit the sort of 200 points mark, and Maddison might get 200 points, and he's like half the price. I don't know.
No, I see what you're saying. I suppose that's the thing. Like you got like you said with Maddison, it's like almost guaranteed to play 90 minutes or definitely to start and sort of like the main man. I think that's the thing with Salah. He's that guy for Liverpool. The same with like Bruno is that guy for United. Saka's that guy for Arsenal. Like they're just the sort of players who you're guaranteed.
Mate, for sure. Like one thing in the short time that I've been playing is like I cannot stand having players who don't play every game, or like even Foden, and a lot of people have got Foden, and fair enough, he's a good player, and he plays in the best team, but it's so frustrating when they don't start. It's so frustrating, and I think, you know, as far as fantasy goes, you're better off with someone who does start, and you're sort of guaranteed that he does. Like
100%. That's what. Yeah, I'm kind of more focused on that. See, I've only got Haaland from City. I don't know about you, but have you got one of the defenders? Oh, you got.
Yeah, no, I got Walker and Edison now.
Yeah, I mean Edison and Haaland are your two absolute nailed on. I wish I had Edison, to be fair. And Walker as well looks like. Yeah, but their midfield is so interchangeable. It's annoying.
Walker, Tom.
Yeah.
Last season, wasn't there a time like in the media and stuff they were saying like Pep's like Walker's fallen out of favor with Pep, like he doesn't fit into his system anymore or something. It's just like
it did happen for a little bit. There was a little,
and then at the end of the season, he was pretty much their best player. Like he's absolutely rock solid. That guy.
Yeah.
He's lightning. Nobody can beat him like one-on-one. He's too quick, like, and powerful as well.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are you talking about? He's not in the, he's a quality player, man. Like, and it seems to me he plays every game, right? So
yeah, he is now. He is at the moment. Obviously, he done offer many attacking returns, but it doesn't really matter with City because more often than not, they've got a very good chance of a clean sheet. And yeah, he is class. He's the sort of guy, if you were up against him, you'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like,
and Tom, what about, like, what do you think about Arsenal, like, in terms of, like, defensively? Because they've been leaking a few goals, haven't they? They're like,
yeah, Paj,
my Arsenal defenders haven't been doing much for me,
Yeah, Paj, if you're watching, let us know, because he's another Arsenal fan. But I've watched a little bit of AFTV, and they seem to be saying, their fans seem to be saying that they're not happy with Gabriel not playing. Not at all.
You watch all these fan shows when the team's doing shit, innit, Tom?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what's the point in watching them?
No, same with me.
Yeah.
You've been watching a fair bit of Goldbridge recently, by all accounts.
Yeah, massively. Because he's fuming. Yeah, I mean the United's transfer window. When you actually look at it, they bought Onana in goal for like quite a bit. Mason Mount. I mean, why you would go for Mount and not Maddison is beyond me. Literally. And he's not had a very good start. Now he's injured. They bought that Højlund up front, but he hasn't. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played yet, so we don't know. But yeah, I mean, they haven't not had a great transfer window.
No.
Paj is saying he's still.
Mate, they might get Bertrand still though.
They might do. Yeah. That was the best. Yeah, when they were linked with Bertrand, he was going nuts. They signed Johnny Evans as well on a 1-year deal, confirmed today.
Mate, he's not a bad player to be fair, but yeah, probably not.
And they can't sell, and they tried to sell Harry Maguire, and he refused. He's not going because they're paying him too much. So,
yeah, that's 30, isn't it, these days? I mean, if I'm on 100 grand a week, and
I think
someone's offering me like 20 quid a week, I'm probably gonna stay. Stay with the 100 grand a week,
Yeah. Paj has commented. Paj is saying, he still can't understand the whole Gabriel thing. Zinchenko deserves minutes too.
Do you think United will improve, or I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I think they are in a bit of trouble. Just having like Shaw being injured, and like by all accounts, their problem seems to be they're signing this Amrabat from Fiorentina who plays for Morocco, who's like. Meant to be because their problem has been that they're just getting completely overrun in the middle. They got they're really unbalanced. So no, I think they'll struggle a bit this year. I think that they will struggle a bit.
Do you reckon Ten Hag is that good? Let's just slag off United, Tom. Right?
Yeah. That's the one thing that Goldbridge is like. He's backing Ten Hag to He'll back him.
Is he? Is he? Wow. Yeah. When you're desperate. You
know? Yeah, I don't know. I think some of his signings has been questionable. They paid shitloads for Antony, like 70 mil, and he's pretty shit. So
he's not a very likable chap either, is he?
He hasn't got much.
Well, the only one who plays for United, like you could say that, but
yeah. As soon as they put on that shirt, I mean, you're wearing a United now today.
Ten Hag wasn't Sancho, was he? That was the previous.
I think that was Solskjaer. Yeah, I think so. And I mean, Sancho's record. Everyone thought he was shit hot when he was at Dortmund.
Anyway, like leave your comments, Reedy, and any United fans. Like, what do you think? Like, how shit are you? Leave the comments below.
Like, just going back to Paj's comment saying he transferred in Sterling. Paj, are you thinking about captaining him? Because that's
Paj, mate, don't say that. I did it as well. Like, yeah, of course. Yeah. Well. To be fair, he bagged some points the last game, didn't he? And the one before, which they lost, didn't they? Like West Ham, it was West Ham.
Yeah.
And like I say, I haven't actually been able to watch any highlights or anything, but I did hear that he was the one player who played well.
Yeah.
Like everyone was saying he had a pretty good game that game. So
Ben was talking about bringing him in last week, and I was like, mate, what are you on about? Like, okay, he had one decent game at West Ham, but he's been shit for Chelsea, and like he's not really been that good for a while. But yeah, and then he went on and got 19 points. So
have you brought him in as well? Have you brought him in?
I have now. But last week, I was like, "What you want about?"
Football is a fickle game, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fickle game.
Yeah, exactly.
He's shit, and then now he's like, he's in the team.
Oh yeah, now he's got it. I mean, it's hard to ignore 19 points, and I knew his price has obviously gone up, so I got him in before that. So obviously, Forest at home. But yeah, let's see. I mean, I am tempted to captain him because Haaland. I mean, I'm probably gonna go with Haaland and take the easy option, but
mate, the problem with Haaland is, it's almost just like insurance, like if you captain him, then you're just insuring yourself. I
know.
You almost take Haaland out of the equation, then we'll just play 10v10. Because.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? If you don't captain, that's what I did the other, and it cost me. It did cost me, Captain Watkins. I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna take a risk, but the risk didn't pay off. And
I mean, if it does, then you're laughing. But but more often than not, Haaland's gonna at least get a goal. I mean, last week he
games like this as well, like Fulham at home.
It's hard to ignore.
You pretty much got to do it because if you could, he could easily score two or three. So sod it, just have him as captain and then play 10 against everyone else. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly,
rather than maybe some games where like if they got a tough fixture or someone else has got a nicer fixture, sorry, I'm drunk, so I keep repeating myself. But I captained Watkins the other week, but like on another day, like I'd probably do it again. Like if they were playing, like a Sheffield United at home and City had like a tough fixture away, I'd go for it, man.
Yeah,
but only on those sort of special occasions, you know what I mean? Like,
I did captain Salah the other week, and I think he did something. I think it was just an assist, or I think it was just an assist. And Haaland got nothing that week, so it can work out. That was when they played Bournemouth, but it is risky. Paj is saying it's hard to take the armband off Salah. It's hard to take the armband from Haaland. Sterling may have peaked last week.
May have peaked, yeah. Like, well, Paj he's a strong player.
Yeah.
Pat, you got to send me your advice, man. Like PM me your private advice, so I can keep up with you, man. Like, but yeah. Like it could be true, you know. Chelsea's a little bit of a, you know, like Pochettino is a good manager, isn't it? And they're still a bit of an unknown, you know.
The amount of players they signed is a fucking joke. You see, they just signed Palmer from Man City. They're just too many, like just too many ins and outs.
Sorry, Tom. Wasn't it the other day, like, or I read somewhere, like, someone asked Pochettino about a player he didn't even know who.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
It was just like he doesn't even know who he is. Like, fucking hell. Yeah. Like
Benson, he's 42 years old. Hedges,
like, he didn't even know who he was, man. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. But you know, he's a good manager, but it's still a work in progress. So it's a bit of a tough one with Chelsea, because if you don't go £5, May, you're selling yourself cheap, Paj.
I don't know if
I got at least £7.50, man. Like, yeah, increase the price like 50%. But yeah, like it's still a bit of an unknown with Chelsea, you know. But like it's a weird one, isn't it? Because if you don't go for any Chelsea players, and then they actually do well, you know, you could be missing. Like, it could be like quite. You know what I mean? If you take the risk and go for them, like it could pay out big time. But if they carry on as they have been, like, for the last, you know, year or whatever, which is perfectly possible, right? That they don't really gel, they don't play that well.
Well, like, look at last season.
Then you could, you know, it could backfire like big time. So
you're right.
It's a weird one with them.
Yeah, but yeah, Poch is a good manager. Like, it's hard to tell, because last game they were fucking Luton at home. Luton are going to get battered this season. But I don't know if you saw that Chilwell clip. I don't know if you got Chilwell in your team. He's basically playing.
I've got Chilwell, mate. I do everything you do, Tom.
He is basically playing left wing. But last week, I don't know if you saw the clip. Probably not. But he was fucking. I was fuming. He was like clean through. He was like, he got to the penalty spot, like the center of and he tried to lay it off. I think it was to Sterling, and the layoff got intercepted. And it was like, why didn't you shoot? Like, it was insane. So,
mate, I laughed. I didn't see it, but I saw a comment, and it was like,
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you don't need to learn how to shoot. You need to learn when to shoot, or something like that. Yeah.
I think it was Matt.
I haven't seen it. But
it might have even been Matt who said it. But yeah, it was crazy.
But still, it's one of them, like, you know, with fan, like, all right, he messed up. I haven't seen it, but the fact is, once again, you know, he plays every game. He gets up the pitch, doesn't he? Like, the chances are that sooner or later, you know, he'll start chipping in with assists and possibly even goals. You know what I mean? Like you got to have faith in it sometimes in fantasy. You know,
you can't. Yeah,
like, I mean, if he's getting up the pitch and he's playing every game and he's a big part of the team, then you know, eventually it will come good. So,
and actually, you say you could be me, but I'm trying to take a bit of a leaf out of your book this year, because I know that last year you said you hardly took any -4s.
Mate, never, like, hardly ever, man. Hardly ever.
I think Paj is a bit trigger happy sometimes with takes a -4 or -8.
No way.
I'm trying to do what I'm trying to copy, follow that. I haven't taken any minus points this year yet, and
I mean, yeah.
I was tempted to do it this year. I was tempted to do it this week just because Steele got dropped in goal for Brighton last week. So I mean, I've still got Turner on the bench. I was tempted to bring in for a keeper, but then I thought, well, even if I bring in a keeper and he gets a clean sheet, that -4 is gone straight away. So the only thing is that I missed out. Edison went up in price. The Spurs keeper's gone up. Ariola's gone up 0.1.
I mean, maybe if they've got a run of like tricky games, then maybe. But yeah, generally, I was like, because I've played 2 years now, right? And the first year, I think I did take quite a few sort of minus balls and stuff, and just like I say, just a lot of fantasy is like, all right, 1 week you might not do that well, and some of your players don't fire, but a lot of the time, like the player that you got, like you did actually think about it, and you've looked at the fixtures and stuff, and do you know what I mean? Like you're probably better off like actually sticking with it rather than sort of panicking. Like it's easy to do, right? They have one bad week or like that, but generally, yeah. If you're also, you got the free subs, right? The free subs plus the goalkeeper. So I find there's not really. Yeah, try not to take -4s.
No, I think you're right.
And you're giving yourself a head start against people who do, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. So I'm definitely gonna try not to as much as possible this year. I think the early time is when if you've got like you've got no money in the bank and you want to bring in someone who's more expensive, then you might have to sacrifice someone else for someone cheaper and take a -4.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
If you really need to, in that case, but
well, that's a bit more tactical, and like it depends on the fixtures. I think in that case, it's probably worth it,
Yeah, but to counter that, what I'm trying to do is try and keep a little bit of money spare so that it's not maxed out. So if I do want someone more expensive, I can. Like right now, I think I've still got 0.5. I'm gonna have to take Steele out after this week. I'll put him in goal, hoping that he'll play, but I don't think he will. In which case, Turner will come on against Chelsea. But
Tom, you got to plan, like you got to sit there and plan it for 20 hours, like Davis does.
Bless it. I mean, to be
that's
fair,
the answer.
To be fair,
that's the answer, right?
Yeah. To be fair to him, you can't, whether he's put his hours in or not, you can't knock his performance the last 2 years has been. I mean,
it's pretty good. It's pretty
impressive,
good.
But to actually do it 2 years in a row is fucking hard.
Try. Hey, for the hours put into the rewards game, like what's the? I'm joking, David. I'm joking. Mate, some people, Tom, how is it possible that they're so good every year?
Sloaner's
like Padge and bloody like Davis and like Ryan's brother. Ryan's terrible. We all know that, but Ryan's brother, like fucking it, he's always up there. It's like, how do they do it? Like hey, safe out, mate.
He came and went. He came and said hello, and then he said he's got to go. Peace. But yes,
oh mate, peace, man, peace.
Yeah, you're right though. There are some players who are consistently up there. I'd say, Josh is another one. But I would, but you can't do it every year. And like with Davis, it'll be interesting this year because he's had, objectively, he's had a bit of a bad start, and that's where you.
Sorry, Tom, I forgot to say, like, before we came on air, like, I told you, like, I've tonight's show was all going to be about the fact that it's me against Davis in the head-to-head, right? That's what everyone wants to hear about. That's what everyone wants.
Is it? I'll pull up the head-to-head. In fact, let's put it up now.
No, but yeah, like. I'm sorry though. What were you saying? They're always good. How is it possible?
No, I'm saying it's difficult to do it every year, but like you can generally, generally there are some players who are pretty strong. But I think what I was saying is when you have a bad start like Davis has this year, objectively, like I'm not done. When you get off to a bad start, it's hard because then that's when it can affect your decision making. You can start trying. Start trying to second guess people or do differentials a bit too soon, and I've had that problem the last couple of years. Whereas this year,
it's a long old season, though, isn't it? It's a long old season.
That's the thing. You've got to try and not. You got to try and not panic too early, but it's that it is hard though. So yeah, you're against Davis, are you? And we got that to edit. Yeah, you are.
I think so. Yeah, me against Davis. Yeah. In the head-to-head.
I got
huge,
Smithy, Paj. Paj has got Purnell. Purnell's another one who usually tunes in. Not the best player, to be fair. He's pretty woeful, but he's away this week. Nah, he's all right. I'm just having to do because he's a bit of a knob.
I think I get mixed up between Paj and Purnell, but no, Paj, yeah.
They're both regular viewers. Paj, Purnell, Matt. You know, we got our regulars.
Matt Cole. No, nobody needs to worry about him. The whipping boy. Yeah. And Ryan started well, by the way. We've got to give a shout out to Ryan. He started well, but it'll fade. It'll fade.
Yeah, in fact, he beat Davis last week.
The guy's he's got his Liverpool tinted glasses on. He'll fuck up. He'll fuck up big time. You know, don't worry about him.
There is just looking at the fixtures this week quickly. There is a game. So there's a game tonight, Luton West Ham. I don't think Ward-Prowse has got off to a good start in West Ham. Apart from that, there's not going to be some people.
That's one dilemma I have is, see, I've got Areola and Ederson, so that is one.
Mate, you want to be
slight dilemma.
But
I think I'll go Ederson. Really. But then if I go Ederson, I'm doubling up on City defense, which bit of risk.
Yeah. Although they should get. I mean, they're looking good for a clean sheet there. But yeah, I mean, West Ham away to Luton as well. I don't know. Luton is their first game at home because their first one got postponed because their stadium wasn't ready.
Is it?
Yeah. So it's their first home game.
Oh, because you got to walk through the back garden, innit, to get there.
Yeah. So they have made some changes to that. So their first home game, you think they're going to be right up for it? They might well get a goal.
Yeah, I mean, anyone at home has got a chance of scoring a goal, really, haven't they? Like, yeah.
But yeah.
So I'll probably stick with Ederson, I guess. I saw like Davis. See, Davis has gone. He played his wild card, man, and he's gone Ward-Prowse and Antonio. So he's gone West Ham heavy.
Yeah. That's I suppose.
I don't know. Are they really that bad? I guess they are, right? Luton. I don't know. I haven't seen them.
They're pretty shit. Yeah. They are pretty shit.
Worse than Leicester.
I think even worse than Leicester. Yeah, I think so. I mean, they just haven't got a Premier League. They've barely got any Premier League quality in that team, like at all. We've had Reedy's here. Reedy's in the chat.
Reedy.
Really fresh off a spanking in the head-to-head from me last week. He got, despite playing his wild card, he got
fresh off his positive COVID test as well.
Is it, Reed? Sorry to hear that,
mate. Sorry, Tom. No, he hasn't actually. I'm sorry. That's a private joke. I'm sorry.
I see. Really, the deadline's just. I think the deadline's just passed, so I can't look at anyone's teams now. It's locked, but I don't know. Really,
it's another 90 minutes before, is it?
Yeah, 90 minutes before. So yeah, it's an 8 o'clock kickoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like obviously this week, I mean there was the West Ham, like fair enough. Davis has gone like he went like Antonio and Ward-Prowse, like fair enough. Whereas I stuck with Diaby and Watkins, which I don't know, probably isn't a great idea. So they got Liverpool away, but it sounds like Diaby started really well.
Mate,
Watkins,
he's
quality. Yeah.
Yeah, he's quality.
Is he as good as me though?
Slightly better. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, slightly better.
Well, Reedy might have something to say about that.
But I assume Davis...
it sounds like he's a quality player, right? So, and Watkins will definitely start. You know, he's playing up front, so I kept them, even though they're playing like Liverpool away.
He's saying, good to see you, Ugly Mug, Greg. West Ham has some tough fixtures after Luton, mind. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised Davis has doubled up. I can only assume that Antonio is only for a week and he's planning on. I mean, Ward-Prowse could.
Well, Davis is panicking big time. Like, he's lost it. He's lost it. He's fucked, man. He's wild carded. He's playing 2 West Ham players. Like Rudy said, you know, they got some tough. Didn't even look at that. Didn't even think about it. I think he's his judgment's all wrong. It's like he's been in Laos for like a week, you know, getting drunk on Lao beer and smoking weed or something. Like, you know, he's fucked. Like.
It's it's an interesting if he's doubling up. It's an interesting choice. But I think Antonio, he could easily swap him out for, I don't know, for like Alvarez at Man City or even Watkins or something like that. Really think Vinya and Cash need Baines in common. Cash got 2 goals last week at right back, and he's basically playing right wing for Villa. So worth keeping an eye out on Matty Cash, definitely.
Really, yeah. Villa are pretty good as well, aren't they? Like, to be fair, they could be pretty decent this season, right?
Yeah. I think people got put off a bit because they didn't have a great game in Newcastle first match, but that's tough. Newcastle away. Tielemans hasn't even started a game for him yet, which I'm a bit surprised about. It's like
that's crazy, isn't it? They got better players than him. Yeah, it's crazy.
Apparently,
he is a good player. But the interesting one also is Newcastle, isn't it? Because you know, they've obviously had a bit of a tough run, like tough start to the season, isn't it? But like, is it after this they got Brighton away now, and then after that, they got a few nicer fixtures, and like for sure, like there's gonna be Newcastle players you want in your team, probably.
Brentford at home, Sheffield United away,
like Trippier,
Trippier is the big one. I mean, he hasn't had any returns yet because they have had really tough games. But Trippier is the big one. It's going to be hard to get him in though because he's 6.5.
Isaac, mate. I mean. You know, in my run to second place in the Money League last season, you know, I got Isaac in early once he came back from injury, and like, mate, he's a quality player, man. And he started smashing it. Mate, he did get a lot of points in one game this season, didn't he?
It was the first game, and then his price went up. A lot of people brought him in, but I was like, that seems a bit mad. They had Man City away and Liverpool the next 2 games, and
this is the thing with Newcastle is to wait till after this game week.
Just one thing from last week is like okay, you wouldn't have seen it, but there was I don't know if you remember from last season when Isak skinned like 3 people right on the touchline and then put it across goal, and it took a slight nick off a defender. A Newcastle player scored. He didn't get the assist, which was mental.
Yeah.
And then last week, Sterling, man, the last assist he got, he went to cross it, and it took a big deflection. Like it hit the defender in front of him, and it went through to I forgot the name of their striker now, and he scored. And it's just like, what is the difference between those? Sometimes I don't get it with the assist. It pisses me off. Like, how can you not give Isaac
bullshit, man?
It is. It's horseshit. It's horseshit. I was fuming because obviously I did as well, so I was pissed off. But I just don't. Yeah, like I don't get it. The assists, like it's just some clown in the offense sides, basically.
I still don't. Yeah. And is it still if they shoot and the goalkeeper saves it, and then the next player gets the rebound? That's an assist. Yeah.
It
is.
Yeah, someone got one the other week. I can't remember who it was. I think because Davis was saying it was a player he had. That counts apparently in fantasy world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, get on Twitter, or get on X or whatever. Get on X.
Well, I did it before. I sent him an email once. I sent him an email after it happened.
Send a strongly worded email. Yeah, exactly, Tom. Yeah, send a strongly worded email.
That exact thing once happened to Vardy, where he assisted someone. It took a slight nick off someone else. They didn't give it to him, and I did send him a strongly worded email. And the reply,
did you?
A reply.
What were the repercussions of that? Like, what was the result?
They basically explained. They basically just like pulled out the T's and C's and were like, "Yeah, it's not. It don't count."
Oh, is it? So nothing came of it. Oh,
nothing came of it. I got a reply. That was about it.
Mate, just for all the viewers out there, by the way, like there is this funny story. You know, if you can write to the FA and say that you're
retired,
like you're taking yourself away from like you no longer wish to be available for the selection for the England national team.
Yeah,
and they'll write back to you and go like, "Oh, sorry to hear about that." That is a joke, but you can write to the FA and say you're no longer offering your services for the England national team.
I'm reaching that sort of age.
See what you get back.
Yeah, I'm round about.
What's that?
I'm 33. I'm round about international to retirement age. So I might.
Mate, you got to be considering it, Tom.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, although you never know. I still feel like I got something I can offer. I got something I can offer.
Yeah, man.
So you never know.
Like the next Euros, like next year, is it? Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
If you perform well for your new team in Reading, you know, you never know.
Unlikely, I'd say. Unlikely. I'm not getting the service. I didn't pay during the week, but they lost 13-0 on Wednesday, so we're
13-0. Oh my god, they're like peas down United, mate.
Yeah, we're minus 25 goal difference. Minus 25 goal difference after 2 games. It doesn't bode too well.
After 2 games, yeah. Does the manager buy you a Mackie D's after every game?
He doesn't. He hasn't yet. Maybe once.
He doesn't.
Maybe after our first win.
Yeah. When you score a goal, you got to score a goal, and then you get a Big Mac.
Hopefully I'll get one soon. But yeah, all right, mate. I think we'll end the pod there. We had a decent turnout in the end. So we had a good,
Did we?
Yeah, a good 4 or 5 people. It's not too bad.
4 or 5. Sound, man. So. Yeah. So, mate, Did
you? Oh, okay.
What's that?
You didn't leave a comment. Kaku's saying that she watched and left a comment, but she didn't. She's chatting shit. Oh, what?
Oh, is it?
What does it even mean? Glasses, purple, yellow, diamond.
Is it emoji?
Oh, it's emoji.
It's a cryptic one, mate. I'm going to go for a cigarette and think about it. It could take me a while, man. Mate, I wish I could send you a photo of the guy who blagged me to go for some beers before doing the show. Like, he's an absolute joker, like joker. But mate, it's been a pleasure anyway, and I'm sorry I'm a little bit tipsy and slurring my words but you know.
Thanks for joining. Thanks for filling in. We keep our 100% record of the pod going out every Friday, which is
exactly.
Good. So,
exactly.
And nice one, man.
Yeah, man. Good luck to everyone as well this weekend. You know, apart from Ryan and Davis and Reedy and you and Padge and everybody else in the game, apart from me. No, I'm joking.
We always kind of say good luck to everyone, but that's what we really do. That's what we really do. All right, cool. Nice one.
Mate, a real pleasure, man. Good to speak to you, bruv, as well.
Yeah, man. All right, safe. Nice one, mate. In a bit. Bye.
All right, cheers. See you in a bit. Bye.